Mario Kart Wii is one of those special games. I think we all have a distinct memory of it, even the people who haven't played Mario Kart since. Mario Kart Wii is still seen as one of the greatest Mario Kart games and still has a crazy modding community who do these things. It had a level of quality that has been hard to replicate ever since. Even though a lot of these tracks have been added to Mario Kart 8, they feel more at home on the original, especially DK Summit. That track is completely broken on 8.
Yoshi Kart 2, the sequel to Yoshi Kart.
I mean, this game you can do Yoshi.
Oh, I clipped out of bounds!
There are just so many things that I remember about this game, and it's one of the reasons I'm so fond of video games as a whole. I want to be less technical in this video than I was in my Mario Bros. Wii video, that you guys really enjoyed, by the way. And if you enjoy this video, please subscribe so I can get monetized and make even more. And also, I want money. Anyways, the game starts on this really cool intro showing the characters using the new Wii wheel. This was cool for the time. Just the idea of moving the controller like it was a real wheel was pretty cool. I didn't realize until Mario Kart 8 that there was a manual option where you could actually drift, because the Wii wheel just lets you turn the controller and do this kind of drift, but it never gives you the boost. This Mario Kart, for the first time, added tricking. Yeah, it's kind of hard to think about Mario Kart without the tricking mechanic. Every time I go to play an older game like Double Dash, I try to do it and then realize that it's not actually there. I think it goes to show like just how good the mechanic was, that it's just synonymous with the series now. Another thing they added was the option between picking a cart or a bike. The carts work exactly like they did before, but you might as well not use them because the bikes are just better in every way. Now they give you the ability to wheelie, which doesn't sound like anything at first, but then you realize that it gives you a small boost, which means at any point in the game you can just boost out of nowhere, completely defeating the point of using a cart at all. Not only that, but the fastest combination in the game is already a bike, so it's kind of pointless to use the bike at all. Why did they do this? I don't know. It's not a huge advantage, but it's just an odd choice. Next, let's talk about the tracks. Mario Kart Wii has some of, if not the best lineup of tracks in the entire series. Toad's Factory, Wario's Gold Mine, DK Summit, and Maple Treeway are some of the most creative tracks in the entire series. Toad's Factory is where all the item boxes are made, where you can crash into all the machinery, and it feels like you're not even really supposed to be there. Moo Moo Meadows is a farm where cows will block you in the middle of the road, just like real life. Wario's Gold Mine is this rickety wooden track that feels like it's going to fall apart at any second. Moonview Highway is this high-speed race through a city at night where you have to weave through all these cars in the road. DK Summit is basically this ski hill where you can do all these half-pipe tricks, and you also get launched at this giant cannon at the start. Maple Treeway is a giant maple tree where you race on all the branches, and then you can find items in the leaf piles. It also has these giant wigglers that block all the racers in the road. It also has my favorite track, Daisy Circuit. I'm usually a fan of all the Daisy tracks in Mario Kart, but this one is by far the best. It's just the little stuff for me on this track, like the statue of Luigi and Daisy, the fact that you can drive on the sidewalk, and the fact that it feels like it could be a real place. The music in this game is so good too. If you're ever bored, just put on Mario Kart music in your car, and it's like the most enjoyable experience ever. There's also new characters like Funky Kong and Rosalina. Rosalina, which I didn't know this before, can be unlocked by having just a save file of Mario Galaxy on your Wii, which is pretty cool. The time trial mode might just be the best part of the game. There's so many shortcuts that the Ghost Racers teach you about each track, and it kind of gives you an advantage against everyone else that you play against. The 150cc Rainbow Road time trial might as well just be the final boss of this game. The timing to win is so tight. Before this race, I was able to really use whatever car I wanted, but then the difficulty spikes up to the max for this one. I ended up having to use the best combination in the game, which is Funky Kong on the Flame Runner, and I had to route exactly what I was going to do on each lap. And if I even failed for a fraction of the second, you would lose. A weird part of this track is that, for some reason, when you get launched out of the star and then go on the half pipe, it's faster to not trick at all than to just hit the ramp normally and not trick. For some reason, you lose time when you trick, and the Ghost Racer knows that and doesn't do it on purpose. Like, they put the professional, like, best person on the Mario Kart dev team on this race. The end credit scene will always be ingrained into my mind, and the reward for turning all the statues into the game to your Mii is pretty cool. Mario Kart Wii will always be looked at as one of the greatest Mario Kart games. The love that this game has garnered over the years is completely deserved. There are so many great tracks and mechanics. If you're watching this video, I know you've played it already, so go dust off your Wii and play it. It'll be great, trust me.